Welcome back everyone to Lore of the Shadow, where since our last episode, something new has appeared here in Langaron and several of the other villages here in Swanfleet, and that is a task bulletin board. That's right, you can now do tasks within this area here. So because I do have some light carapaces that I can turn in over here. Now, the thing about these tasks though is there is no rep for the Swanfleet tasks, so this will be mainly for XP or to working on your deeds that are associated the with the task board. Now, when we get to Cardaland, we will be able to do tasks that help us with our reputation for the Cardaland area. There is no reputation zone here for Swanfleet. Everything eventually feeds into Cardaland there. So I'll turn in a couple more tasks and then we are going to start to find out what quests are in this area. It looks like right here on the fishing pier we have someone doing a little bit of fishing.
Aye.
Another amateur angler come to help us shore up our food supplies for the winter? Well met! I'm a Madog, and this fella to my side is Tylo. We're in charge of filling up those racks of drying fish that you passed by. If you want to help us catch 3 small fish off the dock here, you have to do it on the dock for here where we can watch your technique, right? If you need to learn the basics, talk to the self-proclaimed hobby master next to me. He'll teach you the basics and set you up with basic fishing rod. Alright, and we need to stand near the hobby master in Langaron to catch some fish. And next to him is Tylo, the actual best fisher in Swanfleet. And here's the hobby master.
I have not seen your kind before.
You haven't. Which part of me haven't you seen before? A lore master or a hobbit? Let's see. I'm sure he's passed through the Store of Veils in order to get here, so I presume he's seen a hobbit before. There we go. And he can't be talking about Devoniad in general because, see, I think I need to stand somewhere around here. It's hard to figure out exactly where you're supposed to stand for this particular quest. Oh, I got cracked earth when I leveled there. Okay. Oh, yes, right. I need to get my hobby skill onto my hotbar, don't I? That's always the tricky thing to remember is getting that hobby skill onto your bar to do this. Alright. Let's see if I got the positioning correct. They used to have some marks in the water to give you an indication there. Not that that indication was very good. Maybe they fixed the positioning a little bit in here. We'll have to see. So yes, this is their little quest to encourage you to learn how to fish, I guess. And you are in need of it much later on in Cardaland, where there is a fish in the main Cardaland storyline that requires you to do some fishing. And now it looks like that I'm going to need to work on my positioning a little because I think when you're in the right spot, you normally wind up with a pretty consistent catch of the quest fish. And that's not happening right now. So let me find my positioning. Ah! I caught a fish. It looks like they mean literally stand next to the hobby master in doing this. What do you say about that?
We are all devoted in these lands.
Not bad! Not good either, but not bad. Especially for a beginner. You have some natural talent. Somehow I thought he wanted me to catch more than one of them. Oh well. Let's not worry about that. What I need to worry about is making sure I have the correct stick in my hand when I continue along. Now, I need to find some real quest givers. Oh yeah. Crafting! While I'm here, it's also time for me to finally take on a profession because this is where all the crafters are at. Hello? And now, which crafting profession should I try? Or I should say vocation, since that's what they group them in. I'm going to try the historian, since I think that fits the title of the series, Lore of the Shadows. So, if I'm studying lore, I should be a scholar, right?
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
So, let's see. Introduction to Scholarship.
It is not our custom to trust the Goliath, but perhaps you may be of help to me?
Some may argue that we need more farmers and smiths than we do need scholars, but you and I are not so short-sighted. Speak to Mallory, our chief scholar. They will help you in the fundamentals of the craft, alright? So, now we have the other two, but since we're thinking about lore here, we'll just show this particular one. Introduction to Scholarship.
I hope these dark days will soon be behind us.
If you're looking to the Master Smith, they're over. Oh, you're here to speak with me? Oh, how exciting! I'm not exactly one of the most popular profession chiefs. Well, I'm pleased to meet you. Looking forward to helping you to get started. Making the assumption that you're not here to speak with her. Hey, take a look at this crate full of materials. I'll walk you through on how to use what's inside. Alright, now let's see. Oh, I guess this crate right here, this crate right here. Oh, the crate that she handed me and put into my hands, of course. Open up this crate. Now you have the ingredients to make a scroll of minor scholar lore. So, let's open up the crafting panel. Crafting lore. No. Craft a scroll of minor scholar lore. Ah, okay. Scroll of minor scholar lore. Okay, because they're all for the crafting lores in there. One for those. Oh, I've been picking them up apparently all throughout the time there. Anyway, I need a scholar's glass. Alright. Well, she gave me one, fortunately. I most likely have inside of my shared vault a full set of tools for this, but I'll look into that later. So I'll just make one of these. Good. Thank you, Wenda, for helping me do that faster.
I hope these dark days will soon be behind us.
Let me see what you have done. Neatly done. I can find no fault with the information that you have scribed on this page. This is your first steps toward being what I hope will be a lifelong dedication of yours. Right. There we go. Thank you. And as soon as I take care of those other two quests she has, I'll be back. As it turns out, I managed to have a Gundabad toolkit inside of my shared storage. Apparently, none of my characters were using it, so I might as well use it here. So I have a very nice universal toolkit then. And it looks like I also have a quest giver.
Won't you lend me your aid?
Our home of Hlangaran is only recently settled. We left Brundir, or Dunland as you would know it, mere months ago, and we have left much behind in our departure. The nearby communities of Mossward and the Hobbit villages have been very generous to us, for which we're grateful, but there is more to be done if we are to safely greet the coming winter. Find Madog and Tielo Gwyniard fishing by the water. They could use your help in catching the fish to be salted and smoked for the winter. Look for Hundag. She is coordinating our tradesfolk so that we can take up the crafting profession, such as weaponsmithing and cooking. Head northward along the path of the water, and she'll be with the other crafters and at the community oven. Iluna here is training many of our new scouts, and as such as she may deny it, she could be using a helping hand, as we all do from time to time. Alright, so I need to complete Dealing with the Blood Hollow, complete Introduction to Crafting, and complete Learning the Fish and Flank Run. I think I've already completed 2 of those, so I did things a little bit out of order then, right? Apparently, Introduction to Crafting I have not done. What have I not done in that matter, I wonder? Apparently I was slightly out of order. Introduction to Crafting.
Even the Uchluth have need of help on occasion.
I can teach you about the trades, yes. Speak with me, and I will help you get started on the crafting journey. So that was just a feeder quest. Interesting, this says talk to the Undeg. Wait, I mean there's no other Undeg, or is Undeg a title?
The Uchquairod requires us to give welcome to the Duvodiad.
Ask me about any of the 6 widely recognized vocations. Then tell me which of the vocations you like to perform. So this is where you could do a question and answer session, I guess, about the various ones in there. Anyway, I've already completed, so it tells me, oh, I've already completed the ones that I need to complete, so we are done. So you have to actually go through the three of the introduction crafting quest in order to do it. So I managed to do the contained quest before I did the wrapper quest. Okay, at least it doesn't fail if you do it in the wrong order. Now, the scouts one, which is the one I really do need to do.
You seem to be a person of great ability. You seem to be a person of good ability.
If you're inclined to traipse around the wilderness and fight things, I could use your help. Like Talfred said, I had a few trainee scouts. I could use an adventurer like yourself to help instruct them. My students and I established a camp to the east. Meet us there. I'll be going back there myself soon. I don't like to leave them alone for too long. Who knows what trouble they'll find themselves in. Yeah. Now, before I go along to that, I think I really should deal with those Avok. Now, the Avok are to the north? Really? Anyway, I have to go to the Wadewater and save that boy. Then I can worry about the trainee scouts. I think the name Wadewater was invented by the big folk because I'm doing a little bit more than wading in this place. It's coming up to my shoulders, and I hardly call that a wade. Oh, an Avok. It looks like I needed to go either west or north, and I believe I'm going to eventually find the boy to the west, so I chose that direction. And I'll find out how right I am as we go along. But first, before I could find the boy, I need to deal with the Avok to make sure that none of them come up and have him for dinner. And I also have to keep a lookout for scholarly materials, because scholarly materials are always tough to find at that first tier, especially considering that they're starting us out at level 14, which is a bit later than it is if you're in other areas. I know I could go to Lost Garon first instead of going to Klager, and that way I Fang Settle. Oh boy, what a inauspicious name. Oh, that's an Uruk. Well, the quest doesn't say anything about killing Uruks, but just out of principle. Actually, I think I finally found Avok Island here. Yeah, they're Avok all over the place at this look here. So let's go over to here. Ooh. What did I kill there? That... Oh, was there a swan there or something like that? That I one-shotted? Poor swan, if that's the case. Let's see. No, it doesn't say anything about killing a swan by accident or such. So let's head on into this. I think I have one more of these Avant to kill. Then I can worry about heading on, and yes, I need to go west, as I was expecting. Probably have to wade through a couple more Avant before I get there. So it's not the wade water, it's the wade Avant then, maybe. I suppose it's good that bears can swim, especially polar bears. Ah! I found metal deer. I guess that's a good sign.
No sign of Tegwin. I have seen nothing either.
I have trained in the arts of tracking, but this marshland has put my skills to the test. Let us listen for some sounds from the boy. We must use all of our senses in this hunt. Yes, I guess that's the case. Let's listen. You hear the sounds of the marsh? You hear a growling bear cub, your growling stomach, and what else?
Nothing. Let us continue our search.
Alright, I guess we have to search further then. I found a beaver. Will that help? Probably not, unless I needed to build a wooden structure or something like that. So I guess we need to continue on towards Tegwin. Found an Uruk. That's never good when you run to an Uruk. I was just there as bait and distraction. The Uruk is there, aiming for me, trying to get a best shot for this hobbit that is just standing there, and then the bear comes out of the water and that's whack! A worn wooden sword stands in the mud. This certainly appears to be Tegwin's sword. Well, what went on now? Oh.
This does seem to be Tegwin's sword.
This is not a good sign, Pine Lore. Let us listen once again, and hope this time we hear something. He may not have much more time. Listen again. You hear, very faintly, someone calling for you to the northwest. Alright, let's go to the northwest then. I guess probably the best thing to do is to follow the arrow. Well, I'm following the coastline, but that's going to lead us. There we go. Along the coastline. Past the waiting Uruks that we have to deal with. I hope I put an insulating coating on the bears so that it won't be affected by all that electricity that's pouring into the water. The sound appears to be coming from these bushes. Maybe he's hiding? Well, he can't be hiding very well if he's calling out to us. Ah! There you are.
I'm here. I'm here.
Your adventuring lessons were not complete. You didn't mention how cold and damp it would be, or how often things would be trying to kill me. I stayed away from the Avant because I'm no fool, but even the turtles here tried to snap at me. Still, it was quite an adventure for my very first. Yes, if you're planning to scold me, you can forget about it, because I learned something important. Yes, I know where the Urukers are going. Ooh, you know where they're going, and oh, okay. I was wondering, is there any improvement to the staff? Yes, there is. It has the same damage and damage type, but it also has some stats which the old one doesn't have.
You would have been very proud of me. I'm certain of it.
Alright, there we go. Nice new staff. Too bad I can't use the sword also, but I think it's a few more levels before I can use a sword. You would have been very proud of me. I'm certain of it. I hid in the brush and didn't move an inch, and a scouting party of Ulrichs came within a dozen feet of me. They didn't see me, but I overheard them talking about the old elf city to the northeast. That's where they're going. It sounds like that's where they wanted to go all along, and they're planning to join up with a bunch more of their cronies when they get there. It's a good thing that I went exploring, isn't it? Maybe you'll tell my parents that I did the right thing? Hold on. Oh. Learn how to target. That's what I need to do.
The old elf city. That must be Karas Galebrin.
Karskalebrin is located on the hill to the east, and the last I heard, one of my former kinsmen set up a camp not far from there. He is called Duindil, and if Tegrin speaks true, he should be warned about the Uruks possess some design upon the city. I will bring the boy back to Mosford and join with the Duindil's camp when Tegwin is safely returned to his parents. Scout the elf city with Duindil's help, but do not get too close without me. We don't yet know what the Uruks are up to. I believe they were simply raiders, but if they do Saruman's bidding in this land, there must be something else. Oh, one more thing, Pine Lore. It may not matter, not really, but I should tell you this before you speak to Duindil. When I departed the lands of my kin and came south, I didn't part on good terms with my people. If Duindil seems standoffish to you, it may be because of that. Don't let it trouble you, or interfere with the good that we seek to do in this land. May fortune go with you, my friend. Oh, wonderful. As much as I would like to go to Karas Galebrin and see if there are any scholarly materials there, I think I first need to help the scouts, which is where you'll find me in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.